Good afternoon, guys. It is Adina again. Great to see you all. I hope you guys are happy to see me as well. Um, I don't want to stretch this out as long as last week's videos were, um, just because last week was kind of my introduction, and this week I really just want to get into why I'm here. So I know I said in my last week's videos that I was probably gonna do these readings on missing persons or um, cold case murder cases or missing persons cases, either once a week or once a month. It really just depended on my workload and how much time I would be able to dedicate to this, either once a week or once a month. And I still haven't figured out how this is going to work out exactly. Um, However, this week I do want to do another reading. And until I decide for sure whether I'm going to stick to the once a week or once a month schedule, then I'm going to give it to you guys once a week. I hope so. I want to remain humble. Excuse the interruptions on my phone. I want to remain humble because I do not control spirit. So I can't, just say when I'm going to be able to tap in um, to someone's energy and read their case or not. So for now, I like to trust my intuition and allow my intuition to lead me to um, which cases or which people need my attention the most, who I can help at this moment. Because I feel like if you just impulsively choose something, or if I just impulsively choose something, um, there's always the good possibility that you don't accurately tap into their energy and you do more harm than good because these people have families, and I like to remain cognizant of you know how these readings are going to affect the families. So I wasn't necessarily looking for another reading to do after Miss Roberta Johnson last week because that was a lot for me. It was my first time doing it publicly, and the energy that I felt was intense and I was overwhelmed, so I needed a little break. And I thought I was going to wait until next month to do another one. However, this one fell into my lap. A Facebook acquaintance of mine shared their concern and was asking for help in information locating a missing young girl. Please forgive me if I say her name wrong. I have every intention on correctly saying her name, but I'm going off of what I read. So it's either Saniyya, or Saniyya Dennis. This is a young girl, 19 years old. She's a college student at Buffalo State College in New York. And she went missing maybe 2.5, 3 weeks ago. She was last seen leaving her dorm at around 10, 11 o'clock. I want to say somewhere between that p.m. And her cell phone was last pinged um, around a park in Niagara Falls. And I see that recently, within the past 24 hours, there was surveillance video of her in Niagara Falls. And her family is asking for help. They're asking for information on finding this young 19-year-old college student. So I saw this case, and when my friend asked for help, my first instinct was to grab my cards. And I'm trying to learn how to trust my intuition and the directions that I should go and who I should give my attention to, or the cases that I should give my attention to, because this is my way of giving back and serving my purpose. So I want to make sure that I am serving the right purposes. So I allow spirit to lead me to where I need to go. And this one, I instantly thought, let me grab my cards. So if that was my first thought, then I just decided to go with it. And I did. I grabbed my cards and I looked into it, and I saw some things that I wasn't quite sure of. But when I began to second guess myself, um, I acted opposite of what I wanted to do, which was not act on what I saw in my reading. So I reached out to the number that I saw on the flyers. It was the Buffalo State College campus police, and I shared my information with them. And the information that I shared with them 2 weeks ago was that I saw um, a park with a body of water in or around it, a fountain, a pond, a lake. But I thought for sure that they would find her or find some information about her, not far away from the campus, like not in another state, not in another, not too far away from the campus, but somewhere close in the city or within the vicinity. But I was sure that there was a park involved with a body of water, and I shared this information with the college campus police prior to the search efforts. Now, I'm not sure if what I was seeing was them coordinating the search efforts around Niagara Falls, because the day after I shared this information, they began searching parks around Niagara Falls. So I didn't want to think that the information that I gave them prompted them to do that. I thought that maybe I was seeing into efforts that they were already coordinating. But there were also other things that I saw that made me concerned. And so instead of reaching out to the campus police, because I saw some things that made me concerned about either law enforcement or someone involved in this case who possibly may or may not work for the city or have a type of authoritative position that could not be trusted. I really felt abuse or misuse of power. Um, and so I was apprehensive about reaching out again to the campus police. So I thought, well, let me reach out to Buffalo Police Department. Actually, I was apprehensive about doing that, but the Facebook acquaintance of mine who shared the story was kind of like, well, if you have concerns, then why don't you reach out to such and such? And it kind of got on my conscience that I was second guessing myself enough to, not do everything that I could do just because I didn't trust the information that I was seeing. So I just thought, whether I'm doing good or not, I see it in my cards, I feel it in my spirit, so I'm going to share it, just like I've been sharing. And I think I placed a couple of phone calls that day as I continue to flip through things, um, just because I wanted to share it all because I wanted to help. Because for some reason I felt like I had to help, um, which is why I'm here today. So I wanted to leave it alone. And I told the police that I probably wasn't going to call them again because every time I looked into it, I got sad. I felt the way. The more I flipped through the cards, I felt a way. I felt sad. Excuse me. And so I was just like, I'm not going to. I've shared my information with you guys, and I'm just going to wash my hands of it. But it's been on my spirit again to do. So today, for Miss Saniyya Dennis, 19-year-old student that went missing about 2 or 3 weeks ago from Buffalo State College, I am going to look into it again publicly this time. And I'm going to share this video as much as I can, um, so that I can rest assured knowing that I've done everything that I possibly could or that I felt led to do, um, to help. Excuse me, you guys, I am massaging this oil. So I do anoint myself every morning after I take a shower. Um, and before I do these videos, I like to dab a little of this self-love oil that a good friend of mine, my good classmate, who is a Ifa priestess and a certified doula, made, and she gifted for me, and I like to use it because in the past I have struggled with, you know, feeling confident within myself, and so putting myself out here in front of the world to see. As I said last week, I prefer to stay low key behind the scenes. However, um, I have been being nudged to come out of hermit mode. So, in order to help with my insecurities and discomforts regarding putting myself out here for the world, I need all the help that I can get. So, I like to use this, and it smells amazing. It has um, a blend of herbs and oils that promote self love and self healing. So, thank you, Dula Tasha Nicole, my classmate. I greatly appreciate it, and I do use it because it does help with me feeling confidence within myself. And so, with that being said, I am going to do this reading for Saniyya Dennis because I want to help her. Um, so, I have already ran my cards through my frankincense immersed smoke, but I'm going to do it again. Um, and then I'm just going to hop right into it. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to allow Spirit to speak before I ask any direct questions. I'm going to shuffle my cards, and then I'm going to flip over one to see what direction we're going in, and then from there I will continue to dig. So I have a picture of Sonia on my phone right here, and I'm going to weave this picture up so that I can glance at her face and look into her eyes on her picture so that I can feel her. And as I look, so I did this reading last week already, and I told you guys that I shared information already, but there's no way for me to recount or reenact, my initial feelings that I got the first time that I looked into this situation. It made me not want to look into it anymore because I just got so sad. Um, and I'm going to try to be as transparent as possible. And I ask for everybody's positive thoughts and encouragement, not just for me as I do this, because, like I said, I like to be cognizant of the families and the people, the loved ones of these people involved, because they're my main concern besides the subject of the reading. And so I can be very doubtful of this because I don't want to cause anybody any harm or hurt. And I like for it to be known that I do this because it is on my heart to do. These people are in my spirit, and the only way that I can do anything about it, is this. This is the only way I can help. So my intentions are pure. My intentions are to do good and to help not just the subject, but the ones who love them. So please send me your positive prayers and encouragement and your thoughts as I allow myself to just be open and vulnerable. And please send your prayers and your thoughts and concerns to Saniyya's family. Um, I can't imagine. I just couldn't imagine. I have put myself empathetically in their position, and as a matter of fact, last week or the first time I read into it, and I saw Sonia's mother pop up, I felt guilt. That is what I felt, and I thought, why do you feel that way? And I tried to look into it, and to be honest, I don't remember what it was that I saw because it's a little bit difficult for me to divine a complete stranger's the details of their intimate relationships. There's so many different variables for me to identify, but I know that I felt some sort of not just the grief of having a child gone missing, but there was some guilt that I felt associated with the mother. It's almost just like I should have or I shouldn't have. Why didn't I? So yeah. So I've been shuffling, and I'm going to go ahead and Saniyya Dennis, what happened to you? What happened to you to cause you to be missing, unseen, and unheard from? Let's see. The Emperor card. Um, hmm. On the bottom, the Hierophant card. Um, I don't know how I feel about that. The Emperor card and the Hierophant card are so similar to me. And I feel a strong sense of control. Um, hmm, okay, I'm going to clarify this Emperor card. So the Hierophant card on the bottom could be college. It could be her institution. Card just flew out. The Star card, the Hope card. You know what? In this context, this is what this is one of the cards that I pulled the other week that made me think of her being at a park around water. Do you guys see why I pulled this card and thought about her being a park around water? There is hope surrounding Niagara Falls. Okay. So her father, the Emperor card. I think this is her father. Okay, this just flew out. Okay, her family. This is her father and her family, and they are currently feeling hopeful around the development that they found in Niagara Falls. I feel like her father is really the one really on the forefront of all of this, just because the first card that came out was the Emperor. And I was thinking control, but just because I saw the Hierophant on the bottom, um, but that's only because those two cards triggered a memory that I had of another reading I did where those were in that context, it represented something else. But this is her father. This is her father. This is her family. This is usually a card of hope and wishes, wishing on a star, dreams coming true, having hope and faith that everything you hoped and believed for would come to you. So this is telling me that they are really hopeful about Niagara Falls or the Niagara Falls area. On the bottom, it's still this Hierophant card, though. So the overall theme, this is college or authority. Her school authorities. And you want to know what else? There's the card. Okay, so you know how I said last week I like to look at the bottom, and the Hierophant is on the bottom. And I'll flip through to see what the story is on the bottom as well. Okay, so when I do that, I'm drawn to this card. The King of Pentacles in reverse. Why am I drawn to this card? Because since I came across Saniyya Dennis's story, I think I've done 4 readings, 3 back to back the first day because I was digging for information and I was giving it to the campus police. So I would give them something and then I'd call them, I'd tell them. But then it'd be like, I'll sit there and look at the cards and then I'll look at something else and I'll be like, okay, I see something else. Let me call them back. And so it went like that. Like I would call them back, give them something, hang up, see something, call them back, give them something. So I've done at least 4 readings on this case within the past 2 weeks on my own, privately. This card always comes up. Always comes up. Every single freaking time. This King of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the first time I saw it, it came out upright. And it came out next to the Empress card, the mother. It came out right next to her. So I don't know if the mother and the father are together in a relationship currently. And my spidey senses tell me they're not. They're not together. I feel like this is somebody that the mother is dating or is connected to because the first time I pulled this person came out right next to the mother. It was an upright, so it made me think of the mother's husband, somebody she's married to, like her head of household, her provider. But ever since then, I've been getting it in reverse. So I'm going to set this to the side for now because I'm going to come back and dig into that a little bit. But first, I want to continue digging into the story that I already started because we started out with the father and the family being hopeful around Niagara Falls, hoping that they find something solid in Niagara Falls because currently they have found something solid. They found video surveillance. Um, clarify this Niagara Falls card. What is this hope card? I'm going to call it not the Niagara Falls card because in the context of this reading, that's what it represents to me. So what's in here? What's in here? What's in Niagara Falls? Um, so I think that they were hopeful about what they find in Niagara Falls. Why did I get the Two of Cups in reverse? Because somebody wanted to give up. Something about, um, like they wanted to give up. They weren't getting cooperation, and they wanted to give up. Maybe the police and the family weren't cooperating together, and they wanted to. Oh, okay, all right. So the family and the police weren't working together. They weren't seeing eye to eye. There was no mutual cooperation. And it was like somebody wanted to give up the search. But then hope came because they found that surveillance in Niagara Falls. So it's just like right when somebody wanted to give up, and I almost feel like it was law enforcement wanted to give up, but the family wouldn't lose hope. And they weren't getting cooperation from law enforcement, and they were about to give up, but then hope came when they found that surveillance footage. The family has been working, um, and about they don't care about what law enforcement is saying. The family has been putting in these cards just came out. They want victory. They want new leads. The family has been putting in the work for these new leads, and they won't give up. They don't give a fuck about what the police is saying. They want to find her. Um, why do I feel like the family is the one who has been? You know what? The family feels defeated because the police ain't. Even if we have to do this on our own, we're not letting it go. That's what the family is saying. Even if we have to do this alone, but they will not be defeated. They won't give up. For some reason, law enforcement, why don't you want to move forward with this case? Hmm. Because the family is saying we'll move forward alone if we have to. We will move forward alone if we have to. We got what it takes to find her. See, that's the thing with black people. All right, listen. Y'all go do this. Y'all go make these. We gonna spread out down here because somebody got to know something. You know, we will inspect a gadget and get to the bottom of some ish. This is why, like, in every neighborhood, there is no reason that we can't come together and have our own accountability systems for solving crimes and keeping our neighborhood safe because we will get to the bottom of something. And you know, we're so intuitive. We be knowing. But then we wait on somebody else to come and investigate for us. When these systems are not built to protect all of us, being protected by some of these systems is a loophole in the system. But these systems are created as an illusion of something else. And you know what? There's a reason why I'm picking this up in my spirit. And excuse me if I'm not candid in this reading because I'm upset. I'm getting upset because I'm seeing something. But I'm gonna wait until the cards spell it out so that y'all don't think I'm crazy. But if I tell you, okay, we're gonna work it out. All right. So remember that King of Pentacles. I just still happen to look at the bottom of the deck because I'm sitting here thinking about what I see in my mind, and I look at the bottom of the deck. You see it clearly. All right, y'all. Okay. All right. Bet. All right. So that King of Pentacles in reverse, we're gonna go ahead and look into that. We see that we see what the family is on. Y'all gonna find y'all baby, even if y'all have to do it alone, because for some reason law enforcement is not helping y'all. And I know y'all thinking, oh, it's because she's black. If she was white, you know, we get a lot more media attention, we get a lot more help. But that ain't it. That ain't just why y'all don't get no help from the law enforcement. The other day when I read this, because I read it again to confirm whether I should read it publicly today. Checks and balances for me. It's all about checks and balances. So before I go and do this publicly, because like I said, I want to be cognizant of this person's family and loved ones. I'll do a reading just to make sure that I'm supposed to go forward with doing this public reading. And so as I was doing that reading, I got the confirmation to go ahead and do this reading. And I'm going to tag the family in this because I've already shared information with the police. But now that I think about it, as I was leaving my message on the tip line, before I could finish, it cut off. And I was just about to say on that message that I didn't trust the campus police anymore. So I wanted to reach out to Buffalo State PD. But it cut off before I could say that. I did get to leave my tip, but I was explaining why I was leaving it on this line and not the line that was on all the flyers. But it cut off. So as I was reading the other day to confirm that I should continue doing this reading, you know what I kept seeing? You know what theme I kept seeing? Money. And in my mind, I was just thinking, this is all about money. 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 Money or the lack thereof. I saw a hustler. I saw a hustler. And as I sit here and I meditate on it, Niagara Falls, I've visited there before. As a child, I visited Buffalo, New York. Maybe this is why this drops in my spirit for me to follow this case, because I'm familiar with Niagara Falls. Why am I familiar with Niagara Falls? Because as a child, I traveled a lot. My grandmother had a traveling company called the Dove Travelers, and we would take these trips maybe once or twice, maybe sometimes 3 times a year. And we would go rent out a charter bus. It would be about 50 or 30 to 60 of us, rent out a charter bus and like take a tour. So for instance, our final destination might be Canada, but we are going to take the road trip, and it may be like a week-long trip, and we're going to stop along the way and like tour all these different cities and things and states like that along the way. Um, and this is what my childhood was like. So one year, the final destination was Canada. It was Toronto. Um, and we stayed in Buffalo, New York the day before we moved into Canada, and we visited Niagara Falls. So if you are standing on the little tourist sightseeing location at Niagara Falls, you can look across the falls and be looking into Canada. Um, it's on the border. So there are themes that I want to weave together in my mind: hustle, money, a border, and a missing girl. A hustle, a border, and a missing girl. A hustle, a border, and a missing girl. Law enforcement, why don't you want to help? I was trying to look on the bottom. I can't see anything. Why don't you want to help? Why don't you want anything, any of these secrets to be revealed? You want this to be a closed case. So I set this King of Pentacles to the side because I wanted to see him. Because this is the person who introduced the theme of a hustle to me. Because I can't stop. This person, this King of Pentacles, has been in every one of Saniyya's readings since I started. And I want to know why. Now I want to know why. Okay? So let's look into this King of Pentacles. Who are you, and how do you relate to this case? Why do you keep popping up in Saniyya's energy? Saniyya, what can you show me about this reverse King of Pentacles and why he is in your energy? Okay, this is the World in reverse. And you want to know what I hear about this? What I hear? What I see? What I see about this card? International ring. This is an international ring. one that involves greed, one that involves getting to the bag at all costs. The King of Pentacles in reverse will do anything for money. They're greedy. They're a hustler. This is an international ring. A sex trafficking ring. Death card, Scorpio. Scorpio, 8th house. 8th house, Scorpio, sex, the underworld, addictions, taboo. And it will be shocking, Tower card, for the truth to be revealed about this sex ring, this international sex ring. Listen, family of Saniyya Dennis, your daughter was dealing with someone who she trusted, someone older than her. Okay, all right. I'm speaking the truth here. I'm speaking the truth here. First of all, I'm a Libra. This is the Justice card. This is the Libra card. I'm speaking the truth. I am speaking the truth. Okay, because see, the first time it came to my mind and I saw it, I second guessed myself. But now I'm going to just say it. This is why I didn't feel comfortable contacting the college campus police. And this is why this is why that message cut off with the Buffalo State PD. This girl, okay, so imagine this campus police and the state police. Imagine a scenario, and this is all alleged. So, what I'm saying is for entertainment purposes. This is all alleged. This is all alleged. I'm just reading cards here. However, picture this. Picture at every town where there is a border, access to another country. There are systems in place in order to facilitate underbelly activity. Remember, I was just ranting off about systems being in place and them working to our benefit is the loophole. It's the exception, but the intention is an illusion. So say, for instance, Child Protective Services. It's there to protect your children. However, you always hear there's always a story of abuse and all kind of other underbelly activity. And it makes you wonder, why does it seem like every child that goes into this system has certain things happen to them? They're trafficked, they're abused, they're placed in situations where there is like almost like it was intentional for this child to be put in this place where they would be abused. And it's just like no one wants to actually believe that these systems are put in place to do this under the illusion of trying to help. But I'm telling you that the truth is more stranger than fiction. And imagine at every town that there is a border, there is a system in place to facilitate a type of underbelly activity. Imagine the people that are there to protect and serve are really there to filter this behavior. And yes, every now and then we'll protect and serve to keep up the illusion. But in reality, we are here on this campus scouting. There is some scouting going on at Buffalo. Why do I want to choke? Why am I choking? Listen, maybe I'm not supposed to say this, but you can't stop a real nigga. And that's on my ancestors. So, with that being said, Sonia, you were 19 years old. So you didn't know. You knew, but, you know, he was fine. He was older. He had money. He was charming. And he groomed you. You were targeted, baby girl. And honestly, once you became their prey, it was nothing you could have done. They would have got you one way or the other. Mom, did you know that she was seeing this older gentleman that had money and was giving her money? And you feel guilty because you think that this person has something to do with it. Because you might have known that she was going out to meet this person who she wasn't supposed to be talking to because they're older. Was it a professor? Was it one of her teachers that she was seeing, or was it one of the campus officers? What car just flew out? I'm right. I am right. A teacher or a campus officer that she was secretly seeing. That's what she was going to meet that night. That's what she was going to. That's what she was going to meet. They were supposed to go and meet at a park somewhere in Niagara Falls. He told her to meet her there. Bad news, though. This is another card I got the last time. This is another card I got the last time. In reverse, in the same position. This is an older gentleman who is very charming and emotionally manipulative. She had been having a little affair, a little fling with this older gentleman, but he was just manipulating her so that he could take advantage of her. Why are all these cards this way? There's too many cards like this. This is a lot. This is a lot. My cards are all out of whack. You were taking advantage of her, sir, because she was prey. Um, you guys had every intention on trafficking her across the border. This baby girl is likely already outside of the United States. Let me look at the world card. She thought she was in a relationship with someone she was going to see, and she had no idea that this person was the magician in reverse. She was tricked. She was tricked. She was manipulated. She thought she was going to meet up with her boo. She thought she was going to meet up with her boo. Um, Family. The police are involved. The police are involved. That's why you can't get no help from them. I almost want to cry because I'm looking at this devil card in its eyes, and this feels disgusting. Oh, oh my God. And if this case gets out, it will fuck up money. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before I say what I want to say, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Um, okay. Mother. Mom, um, um, I, I, Um, y'all just give me a second because it's like I see a message in here and then I don't want to see it, but as I try to clarify it, Spirit is giving me a message. Mom, do you know something that could shine a light on this case? You do. You do. Mom. Okay, listen. I'm speaking to the mother of this young girl. Please don't, please, 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 please. I just, whatever you know, because you know something and it's a burden for you to not say anything. Um, I saw it the first day. Okay, okay, all right. Because Spirit is checking me for not just being bold and saying it. But let me ask you a question, Mom. Were you offered money? Were you offered money? Were you offered money to fall back? Because the first time I saw that King of Pentacles, the first time I ever saw it, I kept saying it came out next to the mother and it came out upright. Somebody gave you some money and maybe you came into a large amount of money prior to your daughter going missing. And maybe you had no idea that it was like payment slash hush money until all of this happened. And now it's like making sense what the money was about. It's like the money was for you to fall back and not investigate this case. But the father, and I want to say the father's family, and maybe the mother's family, but the father and the family are the ones that are putting the work in to find her. Mom, I kept saying you feel guilty and you know something and you got some money. You got some money and you don't want nobody to know. You don't want nobody to know your secret. You don't want nobody to know. You took a leap. It was a bad idea. Now you just want to move on and hope nobody finds out. Um, decisions. Two of Pentacles, you're juggling. Right behind the Two of Swords, decisions. You don't want nobody to know about this money that you're juggling. Oh, look what just flew out. They paid you for your daughter, or they paid you to be silent about your daughter. But either way it goes, even if somebody paid you for your silence, to not say anything that your daughter has disappeared, the fact still remains that you were paid for your daughter. You sold your daughter. You sold your child. And you don't want anyone to find out about the bad decision that you made. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sonia's father, question your baby mama. Question the money. The money. Question why she's been so low key. Why she ain't been around Niagara Falls? Has she? Question her if she has been around. Question her about Sonia talking to her that night. Mom, you knew where your daughter was going. You knew. You knew she was going to Niagara Falls. So my question is, why won't you say something? And this is right next to here. Niagara Falls is right next to this international. Oh my God. They took her from there and she is no longer in the U.S. And I want to say that the case can't move forward because her mom, ooh, mama, you got secrets and you are blocking this case from moving forward. And you're blocking it because you were paid to do so. You're scared too, aren't you? Something tells me you're scared. It's like you can't because you know these people don't fucking play and you'll be dead. There is a money that will be lost if anything happens with this case. Mom, you listen. And it's so sad because dad just wants to find his child and heal. um, there was a mistake made, Mom, that you feel like you can't go back and change it now, so you might as well try to move forward and hope that nobody finds out that you participated in what happened to your daughter. So what I'm gonna say is, because I feel like there's really nothing else that I can say. If I keep digging, then it's just gonna be, minute details. This reading is almost an hour long already, and I'm a lot of it sad, because I almost feel like, what what can be done when you are working against something like the beast system? I'm just sitting here with my cards, trying to shine light on things going on in our community. You know, I hate I hate that the same energy isn't put into us, to helping us help us. So I always ask God, how can I use my gifts and abilities? How can I be of service? But it's just like, it's one thing for me to be able to pull back the veil on some of this stuff, but like, what else can be done? Because this is such a system, a beast that we're going up against. Um, Buffalo State Police, either you or Buffalo College campus police are involved. You guys groom girls, you scout girls from these campuses. All these girls that are going missing around Buffalo, look into this, because there is a crime ring where girls are being trafficked across the border, across Niagara Falls, into Canada. And from Canada, I believe that they're being trafficked somewhere else, Europe perhaps. And black girls and minority girls are easy because they come from poverty. Keep moving forward with your message, Dina. Keep moving forward with your message. They come from poverty, and keep moving with your keep moving forward with your message, Dina, even though you think nothing's gonna change. Girls from poverty, you know, girls from the hood, their mamas come from generations of poverty and, thug life and shit like that. And it's just like, they know that they can, put a price on certain people because they're so low vibrational that they're in survival mode. I don't know how much money they offered you. Sonia's mom, I don't know how much money they offered you or if it's enough. Was this your baby girl? Was this your youngest daughter? Did you have older children? Um, I don't know if it was enough. I don't know the reasoning behind why you hold back on what you know. Let's just say that everything else I said about you actually being paid for your daughter is false. I will not, it's not false. I will not change what I said. You are juggling money. You are juggling money that was given to you for you to turn your back on the shitstorm that was going to come about once your daughter came up missing. And something tells me, that you're not really involved in the searches. Like, you're not like the father thinks you should be. And I almost feel like, Dad, you've been wondering why she's so passive. But whatever you've been thinking or suspecting, you're right. And I know it broke your heart, but get over it because your heartbreak is going to keep you from admitting the truth and then being able to take action on the truth. You love your baby girl. You do. You just want to come out of, you just don't see how, you just want to, oh my God. You love her. You want to come, you just feel so stuck and confused trying to find your daughter. But see who's in reverse? This Queen of Pentacles. And it's behind the Moon card in reverse, the Fool card in reverse. A stupid decision, secret being revealed by the mother. And she is stressing about it, about this search. And father, he's just confused, wanting to come out of conflict and find his daughter. But something tells me, Daddy, that if you haven't been questioning your baby mama, you're about to now. And you should question whatever she buys. Because you don't understand how she's so calm and patient with this. You don't understand. You just don't get it. Like how she's just so cold. And you don't want to see that she could have done something like this. But you're gonna think again about why she's holding back. You're going to start thinking, Dad, you're going to start thinking like you shouldn't want anything more than for the police to cooperate with us, but they're not, and neither are you. Mom, okay, so mom, um, okay, I think I'm starting to get the picture clear. Um, I don't think that you knew. I think that you may have known that your daughter was seeing someone, but you didn't know that it was this kind of situation. Either you knew or you didn't know um, that this older person that your daughter was seeing um, was going to harm her. But as long as you don't say anything for whatever reason that you're not speaking up, that's going to hold up your daughter's investigation. And I don't know if that's your intention or not, but that's what's happening. Um, you have some regrets, that's for sure. Some self doubt about something you did. This was an opportunity for you to no longer be broke, to come out of poverty. Um, and it's just like, it wasn't, um, I'm just going to say that I don't know if you knew, but you know something. I don't know if you knew um, that she was going to be trafficked, but there's some information that you have that could completely unblock this case and give a lot of people some peace, but you will not say anything. Somebody is paranoid. All right, so I'm done pulling these cards. I stick to what I said, that Saniyya has been trafficked. I do not believe that she is any longer in the United States. And I do believe that, as I first initially stated to the campus police department when I gave my initial tip, that there was a police officer or a city official that was involved. But then after I got off the phone with them the third time and I started to put the picture together, I realized maybe I shouldn't have been talking to them and giving tips to them, because maybe they wouldn't act on it or would use the information that I was giving them um, to hinder the case. So I reached out to Buffalo State PD, but now I'm thinking that none of them are to be trusted. So here I am doing this video publicly saying that this girl was scouted at her college campus, and I don't trust any of the officials involved. And I would also look into the mother, because I believe that she received some type of payment, whether it was directly for her to turn a blind eye, or whether she received some kind of payment under the guise of something else. And then after this happened, now she's starting to connect the dots and then wonder if all of this was about this situation, if all of those circumstances that she experienced. Justice card in reverse. Um, to Saniyya's father, don't give up hope on your girl, on your daughter, because it's only when people give up hope that things like this go unsolved. As long as you have hope on this end, somebody on the other end will be working to help you, even if it's coming to people like me who can allegedly entertain, allegedly decipher what happened. Um, I know that this isn't as solid as having solid evidence, but I'm telling you, there is a reason the police are not helping you. And unless another um, force comes in outside of Buffalo State Police Force, you will probably remain stuck and stagnant. You're going to need some outside help to come in and infiltrate this system. And the problem is, do we all really know how deep this system goes? Who can help you if the people who are here to help you are a part of the system as well? Which is why I'm doing this. Because if you can't trust any of the systems that are in place here to help, then at least we can try to work together to do something. But first, we need to know what's going on. And this is what's going on. So, are there any closing messages? Officials, it is the police. And I feel like it's campus police. My God. Poor family. The mother keeps coming out in reverse. This Empress in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse. Y'all look to the mother, look to the police, look to the campus police. Um, and continue to pray by whatever means of prayer that you have for this young girl. I have a new deck. It's called an Oracle deck. It's the Moonology Oracle deck. So I'm going to ask for a message in closing in regards to Saniyya Dennis and her case. What can we say in closing about this case? A time for healing. And this is the balsamic moon. It's a type of crescent moon. So right before the moon is I'm not sure if the balsamic moon is a new moon phase or a full moon phase. Just one second. And there's a reason why I'm looking into this. Okay. So the balsamic moon is the moon phase right before the new moon. And the new moon, this is a time of reflecting on what's gone before so that you can release. Um, so, in order to heal, there needs to be a release of things that were hidden um, that need to come out because they no longer serve us anymore. These lies and secrets about what goes on in the underbelly, not just in our own personal lives, but in this country and in the world. Um, 2020, I feel like kicked off a season of healing because it kicked off a season of exposing things. Everything got exposed in every industry, entertainment, music, political, in every arena. It just seemed like there was mass exposing going on and things just becoming transparent and pretenses being dropped. And that happens in order for healing, death and rebirth, order from chaos. In order for anything to be restored and reborn, something has to be destroyed. And then only after those faulty foundations and systems fall apart can true healing take place. So that is the message that I have in closing for the Saniyya Dennis case. And my prayers are out to her family. And I will be praying on my end and doing whatever I can on my end to work towards truth um, being revealed and justice for Saniyya Dennis. See you guys next time.